Suspected terrorist evades arrest in Sultan Kudarat, 13 followers apprehended. Armed conflict victims receive new homes in Zamboanga City. Pag-asa warns of dangerous heat index levels in 40 areas. PNP orders enhanced cybersecurity measures following hacking attempt. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ganaldo, Quezon City. Today is Thursday, May 16, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rob Suzanne for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, the suspected terrorist Musa Ali Alamada, also known as Commander Paradise, escapes a law enforcement operation using a child as the human shield. Lieutenant Colonel Arya Huesca of the CIDG in the Bangsamoro region reported that while Alamada evaded capture, 30 of his followers were arrested. He is a local MILF leader with a 1.2 million pesos bounty, latest charges of kidnapping, serious illegal detention, and destructive worship.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The National Housing Authority has provided housing units to 109 families affected by the armed conflict between government forces and the Moro National Liberation Front. NHA General Manager Joaben Tai inspected the new two-story homes in Barangay Santa Barbara before awarding them to the city equality. These homes are part of the Ayer Village Subdivision Phase 3 and feature essential amenities. The NHA aims to create sustainable communities by offering livelihood programs and skills enhancement sessions alongside housing.
Armed Forces Radio.
Bring us the latest insights from the scene. We have our correspondent Beth. Let us hear the details about Naval Education Command engages in knowledge exchange with Air Force counterparts.
The Naval Education Training and Doctrine Command, the Philippine Navy, participated in a local information program based at the Air Education Training and Doctrine Command of the Philippine Air Force in Lipa City, Batangas. Rear Admiral Alfonso Torres Jr., the commander of NETDC, led the Philippine Navy delegation, warmly welcomed by Major General Ramon Giang of the Philippine Air Force. The visit included briefing and a forum fostering collaboration between educators from both premier training institutions. This interaction signifies a crucial steps forward strengthening ties and working together to uphold education, training and doctrine development standard for the benefit of students and stakeholders alike. This is Beth Tanyeta reporting for the AFP Community News, One AFP, One Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Tanyeta.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army honored the slain soldier who died and sacrificed himself in a clash in Barangay Gayondato, San Jorge, Samar. Lieutenant Colonel Fritz Montemor, the commanding officer of the 3rd Infantry Battalion, expressed admiration for Corporal Raycon Remedio's selflessness and dedication to duty, emphasizing his invaluable contribution to the ongoing fight for peace and security in Samar. Also, Major General Camilo Ligayo, the commander of the 8th ID, paid tribute to his noble sacrifice, offering heartfelt condolences to his grieving family and comrades. Corporal Remedio, a proud son of Carigara Leyte, displayed the courage and commitment during the 45-minute armed encounter, ultimately laying down his life to protect the lives and liberties of his fellow countrymen.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Senator Christopher Bongo made a resounding case for the financial security of military and uniformed personnel during a pivotal Senate session as deliberations unfolded on Senate Bill No. 2501, sponsored by Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Senator Goy emphasized the critical need to safeguard the pensions of those who dedicated their lives to serving the nation, drawing attention to the sacrifices made by military and uniformed personnel in ensuring the country's security Senator Go passionately defended the right to financial stability, particularly in retirement. Moreover, he sought assurances from Senator Estrada that the proposed reforms would not diminish the pensions benefit of current and retired personnel.
Armed Forces Radio.
For more updates, let us hear the details from Rocky regarding Vietnamese fishing vessel rescues Filipino fisherman adrift at sea.
Yes, Rolf, a Vietnamese fishing vessel came to aid a Filipino fisherman who had been adrift at sea for nearly 18 hours after going overboard. Spotted clinging to a styrofoam buoy, Alan Maglangit was swiftly rescued, emphasized the solidarity between maritime neighbors. After being sea-lifted by BRP Andres Bonifacio, Maglangit received medical attention and debriefing in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan before being reunited with his family in Cebu. In line with this, the Western Command reaffirmed its commitment to maritime security and humanitarian assistance. This is Rocky reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Rocky.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Moving on to another story, 11 new People's Army rebels surrendered to the government in Central Luzon from May 1 to 14. Police Brigadier General Jose Hidalgo Jr., the Chief of Police Regional Office 3, identified the surrenderers as Kagurang, Ka Leonilia, Kalin, Ka Ayana, Ka Alfred, Ka Vincent, Ka Rigor, Ka Datu, Ka Totoy, Ka Joy, and Ka Serveng. Welcoming their surrender, he confirmed that the former rebels handed over the guns, bullets, and explosives. Moreover, he urged the remaining NPA members in the region to follow suit and lay down their arms, reminding them of the government benefits available to those who choose to return to the fold of peace.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Recent surveillance by the Philippine Navy has revealed the presence of 98 Chinese vessels of various types in the West Philippine Sea from May 7 to 13. These numbers represent a decrease compared to the 105 Chinese vessels observed in the same locations from April 30 to May 6. Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, the Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, noted the downward trend in sightings referred to as decrease from previous weeks. He also highlighted the decline from 129 vessels before the Balikatan exercises to 108 immediately after, further decreasing to 98 as of the recent report, indicating a noticeable reduction.
Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in from Dudes about Philippine and U.S. Marine Corps launch ACDC 24.3 bilateral training exercise.
Yes, good morning, Roof. The Philippine Marine Corps, in collaboration with the United States Marine Corps, has initiated the Archipelagic Coastal Defense Continuum 24.3, a bilateral capacity enhancement training exercise. This joint effort aims to strengthen cooperation and interoperability among participating forces, focusing on maritime security, amphibious assault, jungle operations, and special operations. Scheduled from May 13 to 29, 2024, ACDC 24.3 is currently taking place at Ecuador's 1st Marine Brigade, Camp Iranon Barira, and the 6th Division Training School, Dato Odin Sinsuat, Maguindanao del Norte. The exercise marks the second bilateral training conducted in Central Mindanao. This is Lutz reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Dudes.
DWDD National News.
For national news, the Water Bureau of Pagasa has issued a warning for dangerous heat index levels in 40 areas across the country. According to the report, the highest at 46 degrees Celsius expected in Dagupan City, Pangasinan, Pili, Camarines Sur, and Butuan City, Agusan del Norte. Other areas including the Metro Manila, Zamboanga City, and Iloilo City are also forecast to experience heat indices between 42 degrees Celsius and 46 degrees Celsius. Pag-asa advised the public to limit outdoor activities, stay hydrated, and use sun protection. And meanwhile, scattered rain showers are expected in northern Luzon due to the shear line, and isolated rain showers or thunderstorms are forecasted for the rest of the country.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine National Police has mandated all the units to strengthen cybersecurity protocols to safeguard its online systems from threats following a hacking attempt on its logistics data system. PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo stated that the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group is investigating the breach and conducting digital forensics to assess any data compromise. The affected system remains shut down as precautionary measures are taken to prevent further damage.
Armed Forces Radio.
Now let us hear from our reporter on the ground for more updates about 14th CMO Battalion conducts medical mission in Katmon, Cebu. Go on for the details, Gio.
Yes, Rolf, the 14th Civil Military Operations Katipanan Battalion arranged a medical mission in Barangay Ginabokan, Katmon, Cebu. Formerly a guerrilla base, the area and neighboring barangays receive free consultations for all ages, medicines, eye checkups, and eyeglasses. In addition to medical aid, the 14th Civil Military Operations Battalion provided community services like haircuts while ensuring the mission's security. Also, the residents expressed gratitude for the invaluable assistance. Moreover, the battalion reaffirmed its commitment to collaboration with stakeholders and government agencies to continue delivering essential social services to the people of Cebu. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gio.
DWDD National News.
And for our announcements, this is good news for our AFP pensioners. For those whose pension accounts are with Land Bank of the Philippines, you may withdraw your pension for the month of May starting today, April 16. It's Thursday. And for AFP pensioners with account at Development Bank of the Philippines and Philippine Veterans Bank, you may withdraw on the 17th of this month. That's tomorrow, Friday. If your pension account is tagged as hold, please contact the AFP PGMC office or call their hotline at 0966-311-5003 for further assistance.
DWDD National News.
In other developments, the Commission on Elections has announced that it will no longer permit the substitution of candidates after the deadline for the filing period of certificates of candidacy for the May 2025 midterm elections. COMELEC Chairperson George Erwin Garcia revealed that the bank anonymously agreed to set October 1 to 8 as the COC filing period for next year's poll. He emphasized that the candidates must declare their intent to run immediately and not rely on substitutions. Substitution of candidates will only be allowed beyond October 8 in cases of candidate death or disqualification.
DWDD National News.
The potential postponement of the December 2025 Barangay and Sangguniang Bataan elections could provide a much-needed breathing space for the Commission on Elections as it prepares for the May midterm polls. COMELEC spokesperson John Rex Lojanco expressed that rescheduling the BSKE to 2026 would ease the burden on COMELEC, allowing more time to focus on the upcoming midterm elections. Additionally, it will afford prospective voters a longer registration period, enhancing participation in the electoral process, while acknowledging the authority of the executive and legislative branches to enact such outflow. Lojanco emphasized the logistical advantages and voters' benefits associated with postponing the BSKE.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from COI about BOC Clark and PIDEA seize 3.1 million pesos of high-grade marijuana.
Good day, Ralph. A 23-year-old male consignee or claimant of the parcel was arrested after a controlled delivery operations performed by the personnel of the Bureau of Customs, Port of Clark, and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, which recovered the 3.1 million pesos of a high-grade marijuana or kush in Antipolo, Rizal. Based on the report sent by BOC Port of Clark District Collector Erasto Sandino Austria to BOC Commissioner Bienvenido Rubio, the discovered 4 packages of dried marijuana leaves which weight of 1,900 grams and have an estimated market value of 3,135,000 pesos wrapped in a hooded sweatshirt parcels. A case of violation of Section 118 of the Customs Modernizations and Tariff Act Laws or Republic Act 10863 and the Comprehensive Laws of Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 known as Republic Act 9165, will be filed to the young suspect who is now in the prison of the PIDEA Region 3 office. This is Koy Laura reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Koy Laura.
DWDD National
Another
News.
national news, a total of 188 lawmakers have voted in favor of the approval of House Bill 10178, also known as the Overseas Electronic Registration and Voting Act. This bill seeks to amend the Republic Act 9189 or the Overseas Absentee Voting Act of 2003 in order to broaden the registration and voting processes for overseas Filipinos and overseas Filipino workers. Once enacted into law, the bill will enable the overseas voters to register, certify, and transfer their registration using mail or electronic means. Additionally, it introduces the option of electronic voting alongside the traditional in-person and mail-in methods. OFW Party List Representative Marisa Magsino is the primary author of the bill.
DWDD National News.
Japan's ambassador to the Philippines, Ando Kazuya, pledged the Japanese government's assistance in acquiring 5 additional capital ships for the Philippine Coast Guard during a courtesy visit to PCG Commandant Admiral Rodney Gavan. Admiral Gavan expressed gratitude for Japan's consistent support, noting that Japan has provided the most opportunities for maritime cooperation. He emphasized the importance of maintaining peace, stability, and prosperity in the West Philippine Sea for the benefit of both nations. PCG spokesperson Rear Admiral Armando Balillo announced that the Philippines and Japan are set to conduct a road signing for the acquisition of 5 97-meter multi-role response vessels on Friday.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear from Mitch about Filipino fishermen rescued in the waters of West Philippine Sea.
In a heartwarming display of humanity and solidarity, a Vietnamese fishing vessel rescued Filipino fisherman Alan Maglangit, who had been swimming for nearly 18 hours after going overboard on May 4, 2024. Clinging to a floating styrofoam buoy, Maglangit was spotted and swiftly aided by the compassionate Vietnamese crew who ensured his safety. He was then transferred to a Vietnamese fisheries surveillance ship and rendezvous with the BRP Andres Bonifacio, PS-17, conducting a maritime patrol. Upon arriving in Puerto Princesa on May 8, 2024, Maglangit received immediate medical attention and was safely turned over to his company's general manager. This rescue highlights the solidarity between maritime neighbors and the importance of cooperation at sea, while the Western Command reaffirms its commitment to protecting Philippine sovereignty and providing humanitarian assistance whenever needed. And that's the latest update. This is Mitch reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mitch.
DWDD National News.
Now on to our next story. The Land Transportation Office is set to deploy a sufficient number of personnel to assist the Land Transportation Franchising Regulatory Board in conducting anti-colorum operations, particularly in Metro Manila and other urban areas nationwide. According to LTO Chief Assistant Secretary Attorney Vigor Mendoza II, it aims to ensure that only legitimate drivers and operators fly designated routes in line with the directives of Department of Transportation Secretary Harvey Bautista. In connection with this, ASEC Mendoza also warned the colorum vehicle operators and drivers about the increased presence of LTO personnel on the roads for the benefit of legitimate operators and drivers complying with government regulations.
DWDD National News.
The National Economic and Development Authority Board, led by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., has approved the 30.5 billion pesos funding for the Infrastructure for Safer and Resilient Schools project that aims at repairing school facilities outside Metro Manila damaged by calamities. According to the Presidential Communications Office, the project will be funded through an official development assistance loan from the World Bank to be implemented by the Department of Education and the Department of Public Works and Highways. The IFRS project will run from 2025 to 2029, covering the repair, rehabilitation, retrofitting, and reconstruction activities. an estimated 1,282 schools, 4,756 school buildings, 13,101 classrooms, and 741,038 learners are expected to benefit from this project.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more update outside our station. Let us hear from Mojic about AFP hopes to expand defense cooperation with Sweden.
Yes, Roop. The Armed Forces of the Philippines is optimistic about expanding defense and security cooperation between the Philippines and Sweden. AFP Inspector General Lieutenant General Steve Crespillo conveyed to this Brigadier General Ole Holtgren, the Sweden military advisor of the Department of Armament and Industry of Sweden Ministry of Defense, during Holtgren's visit to Camp Aguinaldo. According to the AFP Public Affairs Office Chief Colonel Success Trinidad, the two officials discussed the AFP efforts to explore additional opportunities to advance the shared commitment of both nations to regional security and global peacekeeping efforts. Moreover, the military relationship between the Philippines and Sweden is anchored in the Memorandum of Understanding concerning cooperation in acquisition of defense material, signed on June 3, 2023. This is Mojic reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mojic.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And of course, from Solcom, let us hear some updates from Ali about 2nd Infantry Division conducts practical military training for ROTC cadets in Tanay, Rizal.
A total of 720 cadets from the Laguna State Polytechnic University Siniloan Campus ROTC Unit of the 403rd Laguna Community Defense Center, 4th Regional Community Defense Group participated in the marches and bivouacs and familiarization firing at the headquarters 2nd Infantry Jungle Fighter Division in Camp Kapinpin, Tanay, Rizal. The one-day activity held at the 2nd Division Training School aimed to provide ROTC cadets with practical military training and first-hand experience in a field environment. The event included marching drills, bivouac exercises, and live firing exercises to familiarize the cadets with military protocols and weapon handling. This is Ali reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Ali, from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
The House Bill 9349, which advocates for the implementation of absolute divorce as an alternative for marriages deemed irreparable, has been approved on its second reading in the House of Representatives. According to Alba Representative Wetzel Lagma, the primary author of the bill, pushing for absolute divorce is also for the welfare of the children. He emphasized that it aims to shield the youth from the pain, stress, and suffering caused by their parents' unresolved issues and conflicts. Under the proposal, spouses facing marital problems may file a petition for absolute divorce for specific reasons.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Ralph Susan for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
We train as one. Unstoppable, adaptable, ever vigilant.
There are soldiers, and then there's us.